everyone, and welcome to Crochet Basics with Madison Crochet. My name is Dana, and in this episode we are going to learn our next crochet stitch called the half double crochet. And so if you have your hooks and yarn ready, let's get started. Okay, so for this video I'm going to use my beautiful peacock blue yarn for this demonstration. And so again, how we start our swatch, we are going to start with our slip knot. And then we're going to get our crochet hook and enter it into the slip knot. And remember, we got to tighten that loop to our hook. Now we don't want to tighten it too much because we want our loop to be able to go back and forth on our hook so that we can still easily work with it. And so I'm going to pull some extra yarn out to have to work with. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our beginning chain. For this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and do 15 chains instead of 12, just because we need a little bit extra chains for our height definition of the half double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 15 chains this time. And so remember, for our chaining, we yarn over and then we pull through our loop like so. And so we're going to do that 15 times. Now remember to chain not too tight. We want our chains to be loose enough to where we'll be able to work into them. We want to be able to get our hook in between those V's of our chain and not have it be too difficult for that to be possible. Okay, so let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 5 more chains. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now that we have our 15 chains, we're gonna work our half double crochets. Now, when we worked our single crochet, we worked into the second chain from our hook. This time, we are going to work into our third chain from our hook so that we can have that chain 2 at the beginning of our row. And so before we insert our hook into the chain, what we're going to do first is we're going to yarn over. Now that we have our yarn over on our hook, we're going to leave it there as we insert our hook into that third chain. Now that we have our hook in the chain, we're going to yarn over again. And we're going to pull that yarn over through only the chain loop. And so now you see we have 3 loops on our hook. Now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over again. And then we're going to pull through all 3 of those loops. And now we just created our first half double crochet. And so again, we're going to yarn over first. And then we're going to insert our hook into the next chain. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through the first loop only, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops. Just like that. And so again, we're going to yarn over first, insert our hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through that first loop, make sure we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over again, and pull through all 3. And then you're going to keep doing that until you get to the end of the chain. This is actually one of my favorite stitches because it's so simple, like the single crochet, but it also makes this really pretty, unique pattern little bit different from the single crochet, because with the single crochet you just have the V's, but with the half double you have also, it creates just a different shape of the stitch, and I really like the stitch. If I was going to pick a favorite stitch, it would be the half double crochet. And so we're just going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. I think I've got 6 more to go, so I'm just going to keep going until the end of our row. Two more, and last one. Okay, now we've completed our first row of half double crochets. And so the next step is we're going to turn our work so that we can start row 2. Now, before we start our row, we'll need to chain 2 to keep our height for our stitches. And then again, we're going to work into that first hole here, which is our first half double from the last row. And so we yarn over first, and then we're going to insert underneath both those V's at the top, and then we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull it through. And then here's our next stitch. So we're going to yarn over and then go into that hole here. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And then we're just going to keep on going until our row is completed. And there's row 2. Alright, we'll do one more. So we're going to go ahead and turn our work again. And then there's our 2 rows. Our first one, then our second row. And so again, before we start our third row, we're going to chain 2. Pull out some more yarn because need more yarn. And then we're going to find our first stitch, which is right here. And we're going to yarn over first, and then insert our hook into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops. You always want to make sure you have 3 loops on your hook for the half double. And then we're going to yarn over, and then you're just going to pull it through all 3. That's the trick with the half double, is that we just want to throw or pull that last yarn over through all 3. And then we cannot forget that yarn over before we insert our hook, because that is what creates that 3rd loop on our hook. This 3rd loop, so that we have 3 loops for our half double. And there's our 3rd row of half double crochet. And so again, just to give you guys some references, here's our first row here of half double, and then here's our second row, and then here's our 3rd row. And then I even have my single crochet swatch to show you guys just a little bit of the difference between the 2. So here's a row of single crochet. And as you can see, the half double is just a little bit taller than the single. And with the single crochet, we just have the V's here. And the half double still has that V, but it has also this slant here, and that kind of gives it its own unique look. now we've learned our second crochet stitch. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so excited that we've gotten through our second stitch, and now in our next video I'll get to teach you our third beginner stitch, which is called the double crochet. And so I hope that you guys stick around for that as well. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much for watching.